Ray was saying that he knew a dude that got hit and his penis got hard.
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
What big fight we got coming up?
Wilder and
Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, right? Second fight. First fight was back in December. They fought to a controversial split draw, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first, what did you feel? Did you remember the first fight, right?
Yeah.
So what did you feel about the first fight? What did it look like to you? You know, if you could recall, the first fight between Fury and Wilder.
I feel Wilder could have did a whole lot better. He wasn't, to me, in my opinion, I don't think he was sharp. He missed a lot of shots he should have landed, and the fight would have been over earlier. Right. But if he hadn't got those 2 knockdowns, he lost.
For me, it's like the fight didn't. I rewatched the fight, and I felt it was competitive. It wasn't like he was getting dominated in the fight, and then he knocked him down in the 9th round. He knocked him down in the 12th round, and they still fought to a draw. Like, so it's like, with that being said, if he loses points for the 2 knockdowns, then it would have been like Tyson Fury was dominating the fight at the central. He was winning rounds basically. Right? Yeah. So and for it to be a draw, it was just kind of, I don't know. I didn't know if the draw was fit for the decision. Yeah. What you think of the decision?
I mean, the thing is, it's like everybody's used to Deontay Wilder doing quick work.
Right.
You know, this is the first time in a while he actually got pulled the distance. So I don't know. I kind of feel like he got outboxed a little bit, but like I said, but them knockdowns. Knockdowns make a big portion, and a lot of people don't realize it.
Points,
you know, but I feel like this next fight, I don't think Tyson Fury's going to last that long.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that too. But I'm glad Wilder's where he's at. But I was telling you before, I'm not really too much of a Wilder fan because I love combinations. I love somebody showing their skills.
Right.
You only got one right
He
here.
got that sledgehammer.
Me and Ray went at it one time. I said, no, Kong gonna get him, man, because he got more combinations. He got this, he got that. Ray said, no, man. He got that right hand.
Too. I was like,
that right hand. I said, what? I said, no, man. I said, he got good. It was what it is.
See, like how we were talking about how staying in the fight. Yeah. Because he was losing the fight.
Yeah.
Ortiz was outboxing him. He was losing the fight, but you know how we were talking about staying in the fight. All it took was that one right hand, and that was on the forehead.
Shut him down.
Oh, man.
Heavyweight don't need all that stuff.
Yeah. They don't need that many combinations.
That's a good jab, a good right hand, good left hook. They don't need it. You don't need.
Right. You don't need that.
That'll wear you down as heavyweight, actually.
Yeah,
moving all that
now,
mass around.
I said, oh wait, Tyson Fury, he'll move his head a little more. It was a little harder to land that right hand. So I felt like, I don't know, man. I think he might get him. So it was real close, but he pulled through. Again, it's that right hand.
If Wilder is sharp and landing his shot, hit what you intend to hit, it's gonna be over quick.
It's gonna be over quick.
Yeah. I felt like that first fight, like I was saying earlier, Tyson. He knew he had to defuse Wilder. If you ever been in the ring with a power puncher, you know that they can punch hard as hell at the beginning. But then as you start, not even Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying, you get him to the 4th and 6th round.
Hit the same.
That power starts fading or whatever. So he knew that he had to get him throwing and missing, and then they get frustrated when they miss too. And I think he frustrated Wilder a lot with the missing. But he also wasn't throwing that many punches, so I don't think that the judges had him winning a lot of rounds. So a lot of those rounds were swing rounds and draws. So when you look at it that way, and then you mathematically go into it, and you okay, the 2 knockdowns were basically like 4 rounds in Deontay's favor. and then you give Tyson like 4 rounds of good boxing, and then it pretty much was a draw with all the neutral rounds.
So when you get a new trainer, how long does it take them to mesh and really is it quick enough for one training camp to put something together and get a game plan?
When he get into his fight, he's gonna do what he always does.
Yeah.
It's not gonna change.
Yeah.
It's not gonna change. Sometimes these guys they change trainers and they really don't need to. If you in condition, you did everything you need to do in training, and best man win. Yeah. Best man win. Sometimes changing trainer it work especially if the trainer have time to work.
Time. Muscle memory.
Yeah.
Muscle memory.
But most of the time, man, changing trainers ain't gonna help you. I seen De La Hoya do it. It didn't work.
Yeah,
He was going back and forth.
Yep. Yeah. It didn't work.
Now I can give a contrast though, because I think in my situation it was almost like an old kung fu movie. Like you see the guy, he learns the dragon style or whatever. Right. Then the master's like, hey, this is all I can teach you. Go to the next village. Right. There's another sensei there. So when I was with Nasser, he was a great conditioner and a motivator. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think that he showed me boxing and the conditioning and everything. I took that, ran with it, and the motivation that he the toughness that he instilled, of course, was in me mentally. When I got to Ray, I felt like me and Ray clicked together real good because we were both from the South. You know what I'm saying? A lot of historic bondage there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of childhood memories and stuff. But one thing Ray taught me to do is what I call like being a black fighter. Grip down the rhythm of everything, the mongoose style, like why you do certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not just because before that I was doing stuff, but not really knowing why I was doing it. And sometimes I was being robotic and stiff, almost like how the heavyweight from England is AJ. You know what I'm saying? Right. He has a lot of physical capability, but he don't even know what he can do yet. Right. You know what I'm saying? You guys ever feel like that about him? Yeah. I felt like that's how I was. It's almost like I was in a Corvette, but I was driving it like it was a Yugo. Right. You know what I'm saying? Before I met him. And then at the end of my career, I went with Mateen, who taught me a lot of cerebral stuff that just made sense, like science of boxing, like angles and things of that nature. So I think that if you're with a guy, like he was saying though, you got to be with a guy for a while. Like I think me and Ray was in the gym for maybe 6 months before I even had one fight. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I just could turn it around day and night. I think with Sugar Hill, the only thing Tyson's going to learn is proper balance and punching technique. Which could end up making him have more power.
And I believe it depends on the fighter. Because you have to, like when you switch trainers, you got to remember what that trainer taught you. And you have to go over it in your head. Because that's what we do as trainers. We go over and over and over. So if you don't do it, it will be lost. You know what I mean? Because somebody else is showing you something else. So you have to go over what he showed you, and you got to remember, you got to put it down, download that data in your memory bank, and you got to work on that because it'll slowly slip away from you, and it can be something that will help you later. So that's what a lot of fighters don't do, man. They don't take it with them. If they switch the trainer, then now this trainer's showing them something else. That will help you later on down the line. So you just keep on building your stack. You build.
Some of it can conflict with what the previous trainers taught you.
Right.
It can. So I go from Ray to the next guy. They say, basically everything your coach knew was not right. I'm gonna restart to rebuild you. You know what I mean?
It's all bad for
arrogance, though.
You know what I mean?
Right. Ego. Right.
See, that becomes an ego thing. Now you done switch the training. Yeah. But even though what that person showed you will help you, he don't want it in because he didn't show it to you. Right. That's not right.
So basically, he could be starting the camp not from scratch, but learning all types of new stuff.
Exactly. And me as a trainer, you never know enough, man. You can always learn more. You know what I mean? I don't know everything, but guess what? I can add that onto my data to help my fight.
Exactly.
And you got to keep on moving. But once you think you know everything, then You just limit yourself from knowing everything.
Did the trainer affect the outcome?
He could.
I think for this fight coming up.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I don't think so. Maybe we're gonna see.
We don't know.
We don't see.
You
I
know,
think
we'll
Tyson
see
Fury's
as
gonna
the
fight
fight,
the way he
as the
fights.
fight go, then we'll know what he's doing.
Soon as
It
he get
ain't
into
gonna matter.
soon as
Wilder
he
got
get
that
into
sledgehammer.
As soon as he get into
that
a
right
real
hand
fight
go.
with its own,
That
watch him go right back to what he.
others is with it too.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
That right hand.
That right hand.
Like you said before, that right hand gonna situate
Like
the
Tyson may be
They
doing
gave
good
the slammer
for like
from
6
Alabama.
rounds, and then all of a sudden, boom.
They was talking. Oh, Fury was doing that. I just kept doing this. Just
Every
wait.
time I was
Just
like,
wait.
"Oh man,
Just
when
wait."
you see all the movement he got, you see all the movement. The
You
hand.
thought Ortiz was gonna beat him.
I
And
swear to
me and
God.
Ray kept saying,
I
watch,
said,
watch,
Ortiz
right hand,
is a better,
right hand.
he's a better technician.
Yeah.
He said, well, he
He's a
said,
freak,
no, that
man.
right hand gonna situate
Well-
that problem.
So you guys don't think that Tyson Fury could do anything different? Can he make any adjustments to change the outcome for the fight?
I think one thing you can do is using the shit out of that jab and staying away from that right hand.
Head movement.
I mean, you can beat someone with the jab.
Yeah.
You really can. 'Cause, I mean, you know, some people say you can't beat a guy one-handed shit. But this hand you can.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, just stay away. You know, jab, move, jab. Because Tyson Fury likes to move. I like when Tyson Fury get on his TV trying to, you know, I think if Tyson Fury really wants to, he can beat him with one hand. Because realistically, Wilder has only that right hand. He don't really use his jab that much either.
He has a hook too.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, we did see that hook.
And
But
he
he-
do have just one right hand.
Yeah.
The rest of the right hands is not straight.
But he don't really throw that hook that much. As
No,
he throws
well,
that right hand.
that's what he hit Fury with. That set up. It was
It was
a
that right
hook
hand,
right
and then
hand. Yeah,
boom.
but the hook knocked him into
Yeah.
the right hand.
And-
But the thing about Wilder that people don't understand, it's not really only the right hand. It's his bone structure. You ever shook somebody's hand and it just feel like a
now
baseball
when you
bat?
say when you say that,
That's how he is.
that's dangerous.
But I think that Tyson, especially with someone that's been trained around old school boxing like Sugar Hill, he can defuse the right hand. With a heavy puncher like that, you just got to make him miss. You start making them miss, and they start getting so frustrated that they stop believing in themselves. And then so that's almost what happened to Wilder that first fight. But he was saving that one musket, like the old school gun.
Yeah.
He only got one shot, so he was like, okay. Instead of chasing him around trying to hit him with this frying pan all the time.
When he's fighting King Kong?
Yeah, no. When he fighting Fury,
Tyson Fury.
he was like, because you remember in the first 4 rounds, he was swinging for the fence. Then he was like, okay, I ain't gonna hit this dude. He was like, I'm just gonna sit back and wait. And then Tyson was doing all the cute stuff. And finally, he got him in the 6th, I believe, right? Boom, dropped him. He's like, yeah. He got up.
Ray, if you're training Deontay Wilder, what adjustments do you tell him to make going into the second fight?
We sit down and have a conversation first. I said, man, you got to use your jab a lot more and hit what you intend to hit. I said, you miss too much. But basically, the jab and the straight right hand.
Yeah, that's what he Stay with that.
Keep pumping that jab and throwing that straight right hand to the body and head.
What about you, Tyrone? If you're telling Deontay Wilder to make adjustments, what adjustments do you tell him to make going into the second fight?
More than anything, feints.
Yeah.
Feinting that right hand. Then coming, bang. Then, you know what I mean? Throw him off a little bit, because if you're going to move his head a lot, you want to feint a little bit. Then throw the right hand, you know what I mean? So you're going to work with Wilder a lot of feints. People don't usually do that. But I know at that time, at that stage in his career, I know that's what he's gonna be working on. So you got a very good trainer, like you say. He's gonna be working with that, then throwing it, steady back with the straight right hand. You can't ask him for a bunch of combinations because that's not gonna happen.
Right.
It's just jab and right hand. But how do you throw it? What separate the old fighters from the young fighters, man? I want to touch on something right now. That it's the training part of them training amongst themselves. Like when you come into the gym and you say, "Hey, did you run?" And the fighters say, "Yeah, we ran." Yeah. But they really didn't run because when they come in the gym and you have them spar, it looked like they ain't did shit.
You know.
You've
been training a while.
You know. That's why I understand that now. I'm like, man, we don't have to be there and watch you. We know when you get in there, we know where you should
They
be.
said there's no lies inside the ring.
Right. So you all this time you've been telling you've been running for this whole week, but you get in here and can't go 3 rounds.
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's the
but
best
the way,
reality shows inside that ring.
right. So, but the way they run
Right.
now, they run just like they're a track star.
Yeah.
They don't run punching, jumping, running, moving their hand.
That
When they
simplified the
get in
game for me a lot.
This-
that right there.
That right there, man, is
That-
all
that-
the
that's
work,
all
all the
mine.
weight in the
Yeah.
world.
Tell them the story that you used to tell about the guy when he seen you running backwards through the neighborhood.
Oh yeah. So dude see me running backwards, and then he was like, hey, he's like, you ain't gonna win no fight running backwards.
So, coming in the second fight, it's prediction time. So, Otis, what's your prediction for Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder 2?
I think Wilder comes out, gets on him fast and hard early, and just a couple oohs and ahs. But then I think in the mid rounds, probably about the 6th round, I think Wilder catches him and it's over.
6th round knockout.
Yeah.
If he's sharp, if Wilder is sharp, I think about 6.
6th round.
I just still think that, you know, if he had the right trainer, man, he could pull through. But if they do the same thing, it's just going to be the same outcome because, you know, I told you got to work on that head movement. That head movement got to be superb. You got to really, only thing you got is the right hand. You really got to really understand that that's what you have to be looking out for. You can't be looking like for everything else because it ain't really, it's nothing there. Keep your hand up, keep the head movement, and keep that jab in his face. You know what I mean? And we'll see how far you're gonna get. Right.
So you're going
Like
to
you
touch
said,
I'm
really.
That's very possible. That's very possible.
it's
Yeah,
possible,
he's
man.
capable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's
He's a very
capable
good
of
boxer.
winning this fight, but
He just has not to get hit flush.
I'm
Right.
still kind of in the
Yeah.
middle. I'm looking for the same outcome, but then again, Wilder been a little more busier than Tyson Fury. How many fights have he had since they fought?
Yeah.
What, one?
No, they both only had 1 fight.
I think it was like 1 or 2. He fought
No,
King Kong.
Tyson
fought
had
King
2.
Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyson had 2.
And he had
And
2.
Wilder only had 1.
And he only had 1, so I mean...
How many rounds though? How many rounds did they go?
Yeah, see what I'm saying? The
You
round.
knocked King Kong out in what, 7, 6?
Yeah.
And Tyson
Tyson
the
Fury was-
distance.
yeah,
won
I think
10 rounds and 1.
Yeah.
And then
But what's the guy that he went the distance with? How good was he?
he was a young, hungry
Was that
Nordic.
undefeated, right?
Yeah.
But he still
Well,
got, but he got
yeah.
money. Tyson, that's still keeping Tyson very busy.
And he got his eye cut.
Who did?
Tyson did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of
I'm
bad.
telling you, his body's failing him. That's what a lot of people don't understand, man. Like,
There
you
you
know
go.
what I'm saying? You've
I
been
got
on
Wilder.
drugs.
Who you pick?
Listen,
I
you
got
can't be
Wilder.
on drugs.
Just off what you just said right now, because he's supposed to chop through them, man.
Yeah.
I got Wilder again. You know what I'm saying? If he would have chopped through them like he did, and I would have went with, you know what I mean, Tyson. But no, bro, you having a problem with this dude right here? He can't even match up to. Oh man, it's over. So yeah.
30 seconds first
30.
round. Nah, I'm gonna go with the 6th round too, though. I think the 6th round. I think Tyson Fury gonna feel like he got some, and then just that one punch. You know, like I said, or like even Otis said, his body, or like even Ray though, his body remembers that right hand, that right hand left hook.
Right.
So as soon as he gets hit on that button, he's gonna drop. But it depends on how he falls, you know whether. But I don't know. Wilder hit King Kong on the forehead and put him to sleep.
That's what I'm looking at. On the forehead though,
Bones, man.
Man, yeah.
you got dropped from a shot right here.
I mean, everybody got their spot, man.
Yeah.
Everybody got their
Hey,
spot.
That was a whole different case right there. You get dropped from your
Soft
forehead.
spot.
I know your nose, your chin, and you know, but forehead. Oh my
Man,
God!
rattle that brain, man. Rattle that brain.
You hit with some power. You got some power in there.
And I think Deontay Wilder he said, Tyson Fury has to be perfect for 12 rounds. I only got to be perfect for 12 seconds.
That's what makes the difference. Tyson Fury
When
only has something.
you think about the fight, man, it's like driving a fast car going top speed without a seatbelt. You're an accident waiting to happen, and so he could be. You seen it. He could be boxing perfectly the whole fight. He could be up 11 rounds, and the 12th round, that's it, man.
Yeah.
And
To the end.
I just don't think anybody for that for that matter, can box a perfect fight. And I think fighting Deontay Wilder, you have to fight a perfect fight.